Most of you will go out there, you steal from your fellow event ushers. They borrow you something, you do not want to return it back. You'll be praying for the person to forget it in your hands. Some of you you borrow eye pencil, you borrow palette eyeshadow. Some of you will borrow money. Maybe you get to the venue now, for example, and you need to sort your bike out, and maybe you don't have change, and someone helps you sort it out. You don't want to return the money back. Some of you have even developed the habit of even stealing from your fellow event staff, even to the extent of even taking souvenir, stealing souvenir during an event, right? Most of you always believe that if I work with this agency and they don't want me next time, or maybe something ensues and I don't get to continue working with this particular agency, there are other agencies that want to recruit me. But you do not understand that most of these agencies, they know each other. Most of them are linked, and you are gradually burning your bridges. It is important for you to stray from such area of stealing. If you're an event staff, that whenever you go for event, you are always in the habit of stealing, always in the habit of taking what doesn't rightfully belong to you, I would advise that you stray from such area, because you are gradually writing your name in the black book of most event staffing agency without you even knowing. Welcome to another episode of Tips for Event Staff. As you all know, my name is Blessing. It is always my duty to contribute to the overall success of the event staffing industry by providing weekly tips for event staff. Before we dive right into today's topic, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? Don't hesitate to click on the notification bell to always get notifications whenever we post helpful tips as this. In this video, we're going to be talking about stealing amongst event staff, right? So there are a few factors that an event staff needs to put into consideration before you think of even taking what doesn't rightfully belong to you, before you even think of stealing from your fellow event staff, before you think of stealing that souvenir. There are a lot of aspects of the event staffing industry that you must put into consideration. Number one, as an event staff, you must consider the consequences of your actions. Think about the damage that stealing can do to your reputation as an event staff, right? And also the fact that you might not get the opportunity to work with that particular event staffing agency for future gigs, right? You must always think ahead. Think about the consequences, the damage of your own reputation. Now, I'm not even talking about the agency, because basically no agency would actually constantly want to recruit a particular event staff that steals, right? Because they be like, you're going to dent our image. So you are practically denting your own image without you even knowing it. Think about how you are going to miss out on future opportunities because of the habit of stealing, right? With that particular agency and other agencies moving forward. So you must put into consideration the consequences that comes along with stealing, and the tag and the stigma that comes along with stealing as an event staff. Number two, reflect on your values. Ask yourself, is stealing part of my values? Is it part of my goals? Is it part of my aspiration? Is this what I want to do continuously? Think about the essence of being an event staff in the first place. Think about why you are at that event place, right? Think about your values, your principles, your integrity, right? Because all of these things, you are putting them on the line the moment you start to take what doesn't rightfully belong to you. The moment you start stealing, during your reflection time when you are alone, is this how I want to continue? Is this what I want to keep doing? What if I get caught? Put all of these things into consideration before you take any step of trying to say you want to steal from someone, or take anything that doesn't rightfully belongs to you, right? Think about your values. This is very important. Ask yourself, does stealing align with my values and my goals? Does stealing aligns with my personal goals and aspirations? Is this really what I want to continue doing? What if I get caught? What are the consequences to this? Always put your value forward. Always reflect on your value. Always reflect on your value before you take any action that would dent your reputation as an event staff. Number three, seek support. Speak to trusted family and friends regarding these issues. Speak to mental health professionals, right? You don't even need to go to therapy, or if you don't really have the money, right? You could actually go to YouTube and seek these helps, right? There are free videos on YouTube. There are therapies on YouTube that can actually help you to stray away from this behavior, right? If you have the inability to control this aspect of you, speak to mental health professionals, speak to your family and friends about the struggles that leads you to stealing. Ask for help. You must stray from that area. Stealing is one stigma, stealing is one tag that you don't want to be tagged with, right? Don't keep that in there. That girl, Before you know, she go move am, she go steal am. That is one thing you don't want to be tagged with. Whether you're a male usher, whether you're a female usher, stealing is not one attribute that you must possess. Okay, so no agency wants to even associate themselves with any usher that steals, especially when a guest even forgets most of their items. Maybe they forget their power bank during the course of an event, they forget their iPad, you find it and you just put them in your possession and pretend like you didn't see it. It is your duty to cater for their needs and make that environment an enabling environment for them. When they forget something, oh, give the MC to announce it. Oh, you found this car key. Oh, you found this key. Oh, you found this ATM card. You found this power bank. These are attributes that an event staff should possess. So you must seek support from your family members, your friends. Speak to them on your struggles that is leading you to steal. Seek help, seek advice, seek support. Is really, really going to help you if you're in the habit of doing this and if you really want to come out of it, right? Number 4, prioritize integrity. Remember that honesty and integrity is a prime factor, is essential for you to possess this attribute as an event staff. When you work as an event staff, your honesty should be paramount, and also make commitments to uphold your values as an event staff. Honesty and integrity is something that you shouldn't even think twice about, because you are working with people from different walks of life, right? So they want to know that, okay, these people that we are working with, this agency that we have handed this event over to, they can manage us, they can, we are safe with them, our items are safe with them. Event staffs, bouncers, whatever aspect of the event staffing agency that you represent, you are in the position to actually watching and looking out for people who even want to steal at an event. Not even you. It isn't even supposed to be you that they'll be catching as a thief. It is you that will be looking around your guests and ensuring that nobody is trying to pick anything around them. So your priority should be your integrity as an event staff. Number 5, set boundaries. If you're the kind of event staff that you're surrounded with other event staff that are pressurizing you to steal, pressurizing you to take souvenir for me now. When you are taking, take for me. At the end of the day, they will deny you when you are caught. I'm speaking from experience. These things I'm teaching you, most of these things have happened to me. It has also happened to my fellow colleagues as well, right? So don't let anybody deceive you. If you are being pressured to steal, to take something for some certain group of other event ushers, tell them no. Politely decline that approach. Don't let anybody influence you negatively. Oh, when you're taking souvenir, take for me. It has happened to me and they denied me when I was caught. The girl that was in question pretended like she was not involved in the deal. She threw me under the bus. And I was just looking. I didn't even trying to defend myself. Nobody actually believes in me, but she was just there looking at me. So don't let anybody influence you negatively. When you are going to take souvenir, they will tell you, oh, please take for me now. Don't do that. In fact, don't even go close to anything whatsoever that was not given to you. Because at the end of the day, you as an event staff, you have the responsibility of representing yourself and the agency that has recruited you professionally. At the end of the day, a client should not be like, oh, those ushers that agency brought for us, they are all thieves, they are all criminals. They pick things that does not belong to them. That is not a good name for an agency. Don't drag your agency's name to the mud, all in the name of you want to take something from someone. Or some ushers will even go for events. You will see them sometimes, by the time they get back to where they want to take their stuff, they will see that some of them, their makeups are missing. Your fellow event staff, stealing from a fellow event staff and stealing during events is actually, how do I put this now? It's actually you stealing from yourself. Are you getting it now? So try as much as possible to decline any influence that would lure you into stealing and prioritize your own integrity. It is very, very important. Always prioritize your own integrity. Set boundaries from all those people that are making you to go and steal and take what doesn't rightfully belong to you. And they cannot go and take it by themselves. They will tell you to go and take for them. And when you are caught, they will deny you. Well, if Peter can actually deny Jesus, who are you that they cannot deny? So try as much as possible. Put your head up high. Okay? And focus on the essence of why you are there in the first place. Number 6, focus on providing excellent service. Ensure that you are focused as an event staff. Whether you're a model, whether you're a brand ambassador, whether you're an usher, whether you're a waitress, whether you're a waiter. That
thing that you have been hired for. Ensure that you create an excellent demeanor. You make the environment, the atmosphere convenient for your guests. Channel your energy towards delivering an excellent service, because it is your responsibility at the end of the day to represent yourself and the agency professionally. Because no client wants to hire an agency that would recruit ushers that steal for them. No agent, no client wants to hire an event staff that steals. Okay, so it is your duty and responsibility to actually carry out your event services in a professional way, and ensure that you don't drag your agency's name to the mud. All right. So when you're working as an event staff, you must keep your head up high, be focused, because the agency is actually depending on you to deliver excellent service. And most of the times, the agency's boss will not always be there. They will not always be around. So you should have the ability to work with little or no supervision. When you find a guest power bank, you find their iPad, you find anything that rightfully belongs to the agency or to the client, return it to them. Because as an event staff, when you steal from your fellow event staff, or you steal from the client, or you steal from your guest, it is you stealing from yourself. Because there and then, you are there, you are getting paid for that event. Do you understand? You are getting paid for that event, even if you're not even getting paid for that particular event, even if you're even working for free. It is your duty and responsibility to carry out that event with positive demeanor, with grace. As an event staff, don't be known for stealing. Try as much as possible to represent yourself well, right? Because at the end of the day, there are other agencies that also want to get these gigs from the agency that has recruited you. So if you go there and ruin the name of that particular event staffing agency, they might not recruit them next time, right? So you must try as much as possible to put in your A game. Most of the time, even if you're even working for charity and you're not getting paid, ensure that anything that you walk out of that door with is something that you were given. There's a reason I'm saying these things. Most of these things I learned the hard way. That's why I'm coming out to teach you these things. Most of these things I sincerely learned the hard way, because at some point during event staffing, I started learning a lot of things from other event staff. Most of these things are things that have even happened to event staff in my presence. And most of these things are things that have even happened to me. Most of the mistakes that I make personally. And I didn't have anybody to hold me by the hand to teach me and tell me, oh, don't do this, don't do that. I was just learning from my own experiences and learning from every other thing I see happening to other event staff, right? Don't drag the agency's name to the mud. Focus on delivering excellent service. People are watching, but you might not know. Just do your own job. I did an event one time, and the agency was like, they're not going to tell us how much they're going to pay us. That our pay would actually be on the basis of how we perform. At the end of the day, the highest pay that they paid for that event was 10,000 naira. And I was paid 10,000 naira. The next time that agency had an event again, I went for their casting. They asked me, their last event, how much was I paid? Because that last event I was paid 10K. Some people were paid 6K because of poor performance. Some people were paid 5K. Some people were paid 7K, depending on how you perform. When I told them 10K, they recruited me again. So even if you're not even getting paid for a job, even if you're just working for the first time with that particular event staffing agency, and you are working for free, ensure that you put your best foot forward. Ensure that you do your best. Ensure that you don't steal. Ensure that you don't give yourself a bad name during the course of that event. Because if you give yourself a bad name, that agency will not want to recruit you next time. And that's the reason why they were asking me their previous event, how much was I paid? So that they will know if I'm a good performer or not, if they were going to recruit me for their next event. So even if you're not getting paid for an event, you are working based on charity, you are working for free, so that they can continually hire you. Try as much as possible to keep a clean slate. Be the best you can be in everything that you do, and the sky is your starting point. I'm telling you from experience. The moment you are present at that event, it is your duty and responsibility to provide excellent service and build a strong relationship with the agency you are working with, and also with your colleague, creating a positive environment around there, right? Don't, at the end of the event, they shouldn't start saying, oh, those ushers are thieves, those ushers that steal, those ushers that steal these people's souvenir, those ushers that steal this, those ushers that steal that. No, that shouldn't be the what you will leave in the mind of your guests. right? They shouldn't have that impression. Guests should not have that impression. Other people that attended the event, both the cleaners and other people, they shouldn't have that mindset and say, oh, those ushers are the one that stole this thing. I saw one of the ushers putting this in her bag. I saw the no. That should don't even allow that to be what you will live. Should be a memory you should leave in the mind of any person as you work as an event staff. Always try as much as possible to build a very strong relationship with your colleagues and also the agency that you have worked with, right? Whether you are getting paid or you're not getting paid, leave a good impression. The last but not the least, number 7, seek a fresh start. If you are the kind of event staff that used to steal before, maybe you used to take what doesn't rightfully belong to you, try as much as possible to seek help and gradually withdraw from that aspect. When you borrow something from someone, return it. When you borrow eye pencil, you borrow palette powder, somebody help you pay your bike fare or your cab fare and you promise to give them back their money, ensure to do that. Don't make them start looking for you, okay? Seek a fresh start. When you start working with other agencies as well, try as much as possible to build a different attitude during that particular event. Ensure that what you did at your past event, what ensued during your past event doesn't reoccur in your present event. Consider working with other agencies to rebuild a positive reputation about you, right? The idea that people used to have about you shouldn't be the idea that they should be having about you in your next event. At your next event, always try as much as possible to seek a change in your lifestyle, in everything that you do. When they don't give you souvenir, don't take it, right? I'm speaking from experience and I know what I'm teaching you. When they tell you, don't take this, don't take that, don't take what doesn't rightfully belong to you. Somebody forgets his or her phone, hold the phone, give it to the MC to announce it. Somebody is looking for a phone, come to so and so person, meet with this usher or meet with this coordinator. When you find things for guests, return it. All these things you find during events, all these souvenirs you take, it will not take you anywhere. It's not what will make you big woman. Okay, when you find phones, return it. I found phone during event before I returned it. I've also been a part and parcel of those kind of event staff that would want to take souvenir. You know, you see souvenir and you like it. Oh, this airport, I need this airport, I need this thing. Restrain from those things because I learned my lessons and I learned the hard way. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm teaching you this thing. Anybody that wants to come around you and want to come and be telling you, take for me, take for me. I made a video where I talked about how I took souvenir and it was actually a long story. I made a video. You can go and check it out. It didn't end well. It didn't end well. You might think that, okay, you're taking some souvenir now. Nobody is seeing you. Nobody says the day that they will catch you. Hey, the day that it will happen and they will see you and it will not become something that will linger for a very long period of time. It might not become like a stigma. You know, try as much as possible to stray from those areas. Anybody that is pressuring you to be doing that, remove yourself, set boundaries, remove yourself from such people. They are not teaching you the right thing. They are not, because at the end of the day, if anything happens, they will deny you. They will say they are not the ones that sent you. They will say they will stray away. They will not stand beside you when the challenge begins to hit. When the challenge begins to hit very hard, they will not behave as if they know you. So try as much as possible to seek a fresh start. Okay, if you used to steal before, straight from that area, don't do it again. If they don't give you souvenir, don't take. I once recruited ushers for a particular event and the client started reaching out to me. Oh, those are your ushers. See what they did. Some of them were stealing my Ankara. They were stealing my cloth. They were stealing this. They were taking this, taking that. When I reached out to most of the ushers said that the person that they worked with was the one that gave them. But most ushers actually took without the awareness of the client, and they saw them. Guests started seeing them taking souvenirs, and it's a bad reputation for an agency. So please, you must represent yourself and your agency that you are representing professionally. Don't take what they did not give you. Even if you find anything that does not belong to you, that belongs to a guest, give it to the MC, let him announce it. Power bank that you saw that you take is not what will make you big woman. Phone that you see that you take is not what will make you big woman. It's not going to, you're just putting yourself in trouble. So if you used to do that, seek a fresh start. Decline from such a thing. Don't remove your hand from anything concerning stealing, even from your fellow event staff. Some of you will steal heels from your fellow event staff. You check your event staff back. I've actually gone for an event before where somebody went to my bag and took 10,000 naira that somebody paid me for something, right? Don't steal from your fellow event staff. Stealing from your fellow event staff, stealing from guests, stealing from clients is like stealing from yourself because you're a part and parcel of that event. Because at the end of the day, clients are so quick to blame ushers. They are very, very quick to blame ushers for things. Anything lost, anything missed, like they will say it's the ushers or they will say it's the bouncer. As long as you're an event staff, you are very easy to blame. In fact, you are already carrying blame on your head like this. So it is your duty and responsibility to prove them wrong when you go for an event. It is your duty because you're already to be blamed already. So when you go to an event, it is your duty to create a positive environment and help them declutter that mindset that ushers are not like that. Because it is not left, the ball is in your court to either prove them wrong or prove them right about what they think about event staff. Whether you are an usher, whether you are a brand ambassador, whether you are a bouncer, whether you are a waiter, whether you are a waitress, whether you are a bottle girl, whatever aspect of the event staffing agency that you represent, whether you are even a coordinator, people are very quick to blame event staff for anything, any missing item. They are very quick. So it is left for you now to either prove them wrong or prove them right. Okay? So be at your best behavior as an event staff. Don't drag your agency's name to the mud. Don't do it. So remember, stealing has a very serious consequences in damaging your professional reputation as an event staff. So if you have this trait, seek help. Set boundaries to anybody that is trying to make you become a thief or start stealing during events. Prioritize your own integrity because that is what is very much more important. Always reflect on your values. Reflect on your goals. This is not who you want to be. You don't want to be called a thief when you are working. Focus on providing excellent service. That is your focus. In fact, that is the reason why you're at an event. You're not at an event to steal. And most of us seek a fresh start in creating a successful image as an event staff. I hope this tip helps. If you find this video helpful, don't hesitate to follow us on all the social media platforms showing on your screen. Click on the subscribe button to always get notifications whenever we post helpful tips as this. Like, comment, and share to your friends. See you in my next video.